Hello, flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, September 29th. It is the last Monday of September. And it's Monday. Hopefully everyone had a beautiful week last week.
I really hope you had a better week than I did.
Yeah. It's the end of September. Playoff baseball starts tomorrow, and the Guardians are in the playoffs.
Somebody is slightly happy.
Considering that
They flat out pulled it out of their backside so dang violently that I wonder if they need a proctologist.
15 and a half games back to clinching the division. That is the first time. That is the biggest overcoming of a deficit in history of baseball. Like, period.
And then they sink their playoff seat because somebody literally decided to play a game of target practice where the batters were the targets.
They got their wild card playoff spot Saturday, winning that game Saturday in a bases loaded 9th inning walk-off hit by pitch. I kind of feel bad for the Rangers pitcher, but I don't.
You want to know what that's literally the definition of? It was their game to lose.
It really was. And you know what? Yesterday was kind of their game to lose, too, because that was quite a game, too. Lots of back and forth. But yesterday clinched the division playoff. Wildcard playoff starts tomorrow against the Detroit Tigers. This is the third time in 3 weeks we are playing the Detroit Tigers. They're who we battled it out to win the division with, by the way. I think we're all a little tired of the Tigers.
Oh, they're probably tired of the Guardians.
They are.
Considering what we've done to them over the last 2 weeks.
They've won one of the last 6 games we've played against them.
But anyway, enough about baseball.
Yeah, anyways, enough about baseball. Moving along. Hopefully you all had a wonderful week. It was a week. It was. It is. And that's all I've got.
People learn that if you cheese me off, I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
I just don't like it when I get two different companies doing crappy crap I have to deal with. I get done with dealing with one and immediately have to go deal with the other one.
What's the pain in the butt?
I spent an hour dealing with people doing shady things that cheesed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is it didn't cost me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Except the most valuable resource in the world.
Time.
An hour of my life.
Yeah. It's a pain in the butt. Okay.
Love you.
I had a card class on Tuesday. Next Monday I'm going to help with the card class at Danbury. Oh, next week flosstube will be late. We are filming flosstube on Tuesday next week because next Monday is the 6th. I have a card class at Danbury in the afternoon. The pet blessing is over at the church at the fountain at 6:30, and at 7 o'clock is OCIA. We're both on the OCIA team.
I thought we were taking I thought this next week was the break week.
No, if you look at the schedule, there is a class next week.
It's because it's the next month. That's why.
I've looked at it 6 times just to make sure. But yes, so I'm not cramming one. We could feasibly probably get it filmed. I'm not cramming it into. I'm not going to promise that it gets crammed into one more thing.
Can I be smart, eh?
What?
How about this? If you ask me to film on Monday, you're getting told, no.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, so there's that. Why don't we shout out our commenters?
Hi y'all, thank you. Bridget, Janet, And Teresa, sorry your fingers blocked the words.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Thank you for watching.
And I apologize if I seem a little out of it. My body decided that sleep was optional last night. And it was a interesting day at work.
And always decide sleep is optional. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for those of you that do comment. Those of you that watch without commenting, we appreciate you also. We just can't shout you out because you don't put a comment on there. I don't even know if there's people who watch without commenting, honestly, at this point. I know we've lost a couple of subscribers because I have opinions on Facebook. That's why I say don't follow me on Facebook.
Next.
Why don't we go on to whips?
Okay, I started a little project like I said I was going to. I got something on it. Dragonflight by dailycrossstitch.com. Kiss the Whittle Dragon. And I decided to doubly demonstrate why I am insane. I'm doing it in metallics. It's not much, but it honestly took the first metallic I grabbed wasn't a metallic actually, which is why I was having a lot of trouble.
It wasn't metallic. It was a blending filament, which is supposed to be stitched with a thread of embroidery floss, and it's not as strong as a regular
That's
floss.
what I meant. This is its own floss. That stuff has to go with other floss, otherwise it doesn't work.
Okay.
Still, that was fun, but I was going to go with one color, now I'm going with this color.
Yes.
I raid at somebody's stash as always whenever I do this.
And dailycrossstitch.com offers a free cross-stitch pattern every single day. After the day that it is free, it is available on their website forever for $1. I actually paid for the website, for forever access to the website for free several years ago. So.
Oh, and can I just point something out? Look at this awesome dye job.
It's got a circle in it.
I know.
Not entirely certain how I did that.
I don't care. I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. Because it's going to look like it's like some kind of like magical thing coming from behind the dragon.
It does. I mean, it will. It's just, I'm not entirely certain how I accomplished that.
Do you want to know what it looks like?
What?
You set a cup on top of it?
Well, yeah, that's what it looks like, but I don't think that's what I did. I don't know. Anyways, moving along. Sal of the week is the Star Touched Meadow Stitch Along April block. This is the daisy because daisy's the flower of the month for April. My words just totally blanked. This is on a piece of 16 count white Ada, and I got 302 stitches on it. Started fresh, so what you see is what I stitched. Yay!
Whoop, whoop.
So, yeah, I'll have another fresh start next week, and then we'll cycle back.
Bing, bing.
Bing, bing. Okay, Game of Thrones week. Game of Thrones week did not go the way I wanted it to. Between zero desire to stitch, being busy, and some aggravations with this project, well, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. The way we wanted it to.
Can I point out the other thing?
What?
You were about as enthusiastic about this week as somebody is to go and get a root canal.
Well, I was, but at least I could make... I mean, I was enthusiastic going into it, going, okay, yeah, I don't like the theme, but I can make it work with a project that I'm enthusiastic about. However, it was a week. I was tired. I didn't want to stitch. I was having challenges with the project. The project in question is Midnight Sales by Shannon Christine. And I don't really know why this was so challenging. It was like, I don't know. It was just difficult. I did get 2 prompts done on it. So, whip of choice, something about a quote, and a project you have transformed in some way.
Well, there's one major change. I just remembered one other thing we could have put for transformed.
What?
We transformed who was stitching it.
True story. So I did 641 stitches on it, which the moon is now all finished. I finished in here on the moon. As you can see, I started on the swirls. Them swirly bubbles were a little bit of a challenge. This is on a piece of, I think I called it Firefly. 32 count even weave. I could replicate it if you are motivated to purchase it.
There you go.
Yeah, these bubbles were a challenge, and part of these bubbles are supposed to be so the moon I had switched over to an L12, and then there were supposed to be metallics in other parts of the bubble. I just went with a flat floss and the L12. There's plenty of beads. It'll have enough bling. I don't really think the metallic floss was entirely necessary. Also, I didn't have those colors. I wasn't going to go get those colors. It is what it is. It looks great. I've stitched a couple of spots where one of the metallics is supposed to be. It looks fine. I am missing one floss for this. I do have to go get. I do have to purchase. Now, so like literally that took me Tuesday to Friday. That is how mental I was last week.
You know, has anybody, I'm going to ask for a question of the day. Has anybody ever had a project where it's just like, it shouldn't be this difficult, but it's like trying to drive a car with 4 flat tires going downhill in the ice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, this should not be this hard.
Right. It was what it was, so. Now, on Saturday, actually it was kind of late Friday night, I did start stitching on this. But on Saturday I started stitching on the stocking project that I am working on to finish out the 2 monthlies that I had left. Now, I had the discount pass, so I only have to do 400 stitches on this for the 2 monthlies. And because this is color blocks, I got it done actually relatively quickly. And because I was like sitting doing nothing all day Saturday, I was not getting off my butt for anything unless my house was on fire. I did go to church and dinner, but like literally I wanted to do nothing all weekend because I was just done. Mentally, I was spent. But that ended up working out for me because because I did actually take this, not only use it for the last 2 monthlies that I had to finish, but I finished the 2 weeklies from Game of Thrones week that I did not get finished. I used a pass for stitch on your most expensive whip. I stitched on this for a whip of choice and tell us your favorite place in the world, and a whip you call by a name that is not its name. I have no idea what this project is actually called. I just call it the stocking. And then the last 2 monthlies. This is on white 28 count. And I did 1,129 stitches on it. I finished this tree, which, by the way, is in the wrong spot. It's too low. Thankfully, the only thing I really based off of it were these 2 snowflakes. This tree is based off of this tree. This tree is based off of these snowflakes, which is based off of this tree. I realized it when I was going to start on this snowflake, so I just wing it and put in this snowflake properly where it's supposed to be in relation to this tree, and just kind of put this guy in the middle. It's fine. And this is a tree. It looks maybe slightly scandalous at this particular moment.
You know what I was actually thinking it looked like?
What?
A big booty alien.
It looks a little scandalous at this moment.
I'm not going to say the other things it looked like because YouTube.
It looks a little, yeah, it looks a little scandalous. But, so the monthly is done for this month, so this is going away until, November. We'll be back to Greyhound year for October. Although, definitely don't think all of October is going to be fit by Greyhound Year, so I may have to find... So I may either pull this out or figure out something else to
Torment.
throw in there. I would say Midnight Sale is probably the next closest one I have to finishing. Surprisingly enough.
I think if you put that many stitches in a month in Midnight Sale...
I think I'm okay with it now because I've got the... I think part of my struggle bus with it was figuring out them bubbles. Like, getting the placement of those bubbles right was a challenge. Now that I've got those pretty much in, it's going quite well. I did have to take out half of one of the bubbles, the far bubble, on the left side. One of the two far bubbles, but anyways. I had to take out one of those because I definitely missed a line. But I pretty much got it. I think we're good at this point. So, I had card class this week. So let me show you the cards I made. I made this really cute little happy birthday card. It's got a jar with some candles in it. Does that help any? No. It's just where we're sitting in the sun. And it says, it's got a little thing inside of it that says, "May your birthday be filled with love and laughter." This pretty little card, super easy to make. It was just a page. It's just a piece of designer paper, 2 pieces of cardstocks with some tear in it, one piece of coordinating cardstock, one of the coordinating cardstocks, cut out fancy, the background cardstock with the sentiments. It's a sympathy card. It says sorry. This cute little card, and actually this card looks really crazy, but it's actually pretty easy. So this is what it looks like on the outside. And it says happy birthday, and it opens like that. And it just says, "You're seriously the best." It's a little happy birthday. But
you want to know what that looks like to me?
What?
A wedding invitation.
It's just a cool little...
Oh no, I'm saying the last time I saw something fold up like that, it was a wedding invitation.
These are called fun fold cards. And what really you get your impact is your fold. It's a very basic card, just some DPS, couple of circles, piece of white paper, some stamps. Fun fold cards are fantastic. We like our fun fold cards. All right, this is a cool card. It's a little thank you card. It says, "Thank you for your kindness." It has a dragonfly on it, and this paper, this is vellum paper. We used alcohol ink markers, colored some big splotches on it, and then used like a little dropper tube thing, and just, spritzed it from far away with some rubbing alcohol, and then used something with a little dropper thing, and dropped some drops of rubbing alcohol on it to get those splatters.
Cool.
Really cool technique. It wasn't all that complicated either.
You want something random I saw yesterday, and thanks to you doing all this card stuff, I actually recognized it.
What?
Somebody was putting different materials into an angle grinder and seeing if it would cut wood. They started with toilet paper, then they did paper towel, then they did a regular piece of paper, and then they used this kind of cardstock, and this actually cut a piece of wood. It ruined the cardstock, and I think I think they stopped doing it because it was starting to smoke.
That one surprised me.
But it was like, are you kidding me? Cardstock. I mean, it is like 3,000 RPM, but still, cardstock can cut wood.
Apparently.
Funny thing to share.
Yes. Okay. I have haul.
Y'all.
I ordered these a while ago. The August card class Like, all of the stuff with my card stamping, I ordered this back in, like, June. All of my August stamping stuff got canceled because of her mom passing. And then I didn't get to see her the one Monday I was supposed to see her because of the car. So I finally got my stuff. Let me show you what I got. This is called Tractor & Co. Tractor & Company. You built a little tractor with the stampies, and you can put things in the little wagon. And there are dies. I haven't opened the dies yet. Maybe I won't open these right now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's the little dies. I thought this was going to be easier. There's cute little dies to cut the pieces parts out. I have to go online and find a couple of tutorials and find it. And then this is called Notes and Totes. Looks like a pretty straightforward little, stamp set. Sending warm wishes, just a note. You earned it. Relax and enjoy. Blah, 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 blah. The beauty is, the real fun is in the dies. The real fun of the notes and totes is in the dies. Because the dies are pieces parts to cut out a tote bag. And make a cute little tote bag and some fencing and all kinds of cute stuff. The dies are what got me on this one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that's haul. Plans? What's your plan, man?
To get a good night's sleep.
Right, that's not closing.
I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in weeks.
I'm sorry. Shove it in there.
I do want to get more of my new little dragon. If I can get my brain, tonight it ain't happening.
Well, tonight we have OCIA for the...
Oh, I don't care if we had OCIA or not. It ain't happening. I'm too tired.
Okay, well, I will tell you my plans. Plan is... It is Harvest Week in Daily 30. Harvest Week. So the prompts are basically all related to how things are harvested. Like hand harvesting. So the first prompt is related to hand harvesting. So stitch on a whip with something that is delicate.
Go on to the next one. See if we can group these up. I have options. I have a lot of options for that.
The second one is tool harvesting, small hand tools, because sometimes even in our backyard gardens, we need clippers or a shovel or small hand tools to harvest our vegetables. What?
I didn't know hand harvesting and tool harvesting were different. I thought that was the same.
They are in my world.
Okay.
Stitch on a whip with tools. Machinery comes into play when you are doing large crop production, but not all crop harvesting machines are equal. Some fruits and nuts still have to be harvested by hands, while others you take this machine and you drive up to it, and it sets up this thing, and you've all seen it on social media. It sets up this tarp thing that goes around the tree, and it shakes the tree. Violent much. In a lot of cases, nuts are harvested actually after they fall to the ground. And there's this rotator thing that follows behind the tractor that rakes up the nuts. And then there's cranberries. You shake them off of the bush. You shake them off. You have to detach them from the bush before you flood the bog and float them to the top and harvest them.
I've actually seen it where they had a machine that went through the water and shook them as it went. Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Normally, the way I've seen it, you shake it loose and then you flood it and then you rake them in. So, stitch on a whip that has more than one technique on it, such as cross-stitching and back-stitching. Specialty stitches, over one and over two stitching. You have to have overlapping techniques.
Does Sunflower Fairy have that?
Yes, because there's back stitching and there's beading.
One and that one.
Okay.
Because sunflowers are delicate. All
Yes.
flowers are delicate. Also, ladies are delicate. And fairies are delicate.
I'm delicate. Delicate like a bomb.
I didn't say what kind of delicate, did I? Delicate like a rose or delicate like nitro? Either way, it's delicate.
And that is the Joan Elliott Sunflower Fairy.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4. Veggies can be harvested with several different types of machines. When you harvest root vegetables, you have this machine that goes, it's like a wedge, and it goes down, or well, yeah, it wedges, and it goes down, and it along the road, and it digs it up, and then the back part of it picks the vegetables out and leaves the dirt behind.
There are so many different ways of harvesting vegetables.
There are, because there are other veggie harvesting machines that kind of just go down the row and pluck, 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 and it looks like they pluck them.
Or there are some that literally just looks like it's a saw blade with a catcher, and it just pumps it on. They sort it when they get to wherever the heck they're going.
Yep. So stitch on a whip, you dig.
Sunflowers. Sunflower Fairy.
It's true. It's 400 week. That's going to be a lot of stitches on Joan Elliott's Sunflower Fairy.
Oh, depending on what 5 is.
Grain harvesting. It's the easiest thing to harvest on a large scale because you have what is called a combine.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Yeah, the combine comes through and it cuts it, and you can have different heads on the combine, and cuts it and puts it in the hopper in the back. Then it dumps it into a truck, and then it dumps either into a grain wagon or a semi-truck. And around here they bring it to the grain elevator or yonder. And the grain elevator stores it in train cars or yonder. And they take the train cars back and forth, almost frequently during daily mass. So we have to pause daily mass so that the train horn, because
in case anybody didn't know, the reason why we're called the Slovak Farm is because we live in the country.
We live in a farming community. And yes, quite literally, there is a grain elevator up that way in town. The tracks from the grain elevator run this way, and they store the cars with excess grain just past the main road that I can see from our house. Like, during the fall, it is a multiple time a day occurrence that there will be a train engine that goes across these tracks moving grain cars. And yes, it tends to happen at 9 o'clock in the morning during daily mass.
Okay.
And because the church is on air conditioned that we're in, the windows and the doors are open, and it interrupts mass.
But anyway, what's
so the prompt is stitch on an easy whip. I'm not certain I would call Sunflower Fairy easy.
Hold on, let me see this. Let me see. Give me your props. Give me.
I do have a pass.
Okay, alternate for 1 and for 5, Arctic Blast.
Okay.
Because snow is fragile. Right?
Yes. So is fragile.
Considering the fact that it turns into water in my hand.
Exactly. Okay, so there you have it. Harvest week.
Plus, she's fragile when it's Arctic out.
I am fragile. I am very fragile. Okay. So there we have plans for the week, and we'll use a pass on number 2.
Does that make the pass toilet paper? I'm sorry. My sense of humor is broken right now. Forgive me.
Maybe. Alright. Well, that was an entertaining half hour of our life. I hope it was an entertaining half hour of your life. We've done all the things that we need to do because the only announcement I already gave you at the beginning, which is next week's video is probably going to be late. More than likely going to be late. So, what would we like those people watching us do?
Please have a really good week. And when your lovely wife tells you something, ask more questions. If you don't know, if you underestimate what's going on, don't ask. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell thing, YouTube algorithm. Please like us. That stuff.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained, and we hope to see you back next week. Until then,
bye!